What about the second instance? There it was a representation of faith and also the proximity to the executive whom you are supposed to keep a check on.
Well, on the second aspect that you mentioned, it's important to understand that there is obviously this has not been today, this has been since the dawn of independence in 1950, and it's documented. There are dialogues between the executive and the judiciary. I've said that there is a dialogue between the chief ministers and the chief justices in the high courts. Now, you may be meeting for a particular issue pertaining to the infrastructure of the high court, or you may be meeting on a social occasion. The important thing is that our system does have the sense of political maturity, that this sense of dialogue, of conversation, does not impinge on the judicial work which we do. Let me explain this further. As the head of the judiciary, the Chief Justice of India has to ensure that recommendations which are made for appointment of judges, that these recommendations are duly carried through by the government. Now, obviously, one way of doing it would be just to write letters. The other is to engage in a robust dialogue. And I therefore have to meet the law minister. And I did meet the law minister very frequently to ensure that pending proposals were cleared. Now, we met each other in the confidence of my own residence, because the law minister normally would always comes to the Chief Justice of India to discuss a pending issue which needs attention. Now, therefore, the sense of dialogue per se is not contrary to judicial independence. The sense of robust dialogue between the executive and the judiciary is necessary to ensure that the affairs of state, the affairs of governance, are duly carried on with a sense of efficiency. On the particular example which you gave me and the point that you made about the Prime Minister visiting my house, Prime Ministers are known to visit homes of judges on various occasions, social occasions, maybe happy occasions, sometimes difficult occasions, as for instance when there's a bereavement, or likewise in the Chief Ministers visiting the house of the Chief Justice of the High Court. Nobody, for that matter, would even in their remotest dreams postulate that merely because there was a visit to the house of a judge or a Chief Justice, that this impinged on their ability to do justice in the court. Ultimately, judges are evaluated by their written word, and that's the test. Can you pinpoint even a single instance where the outcome of the case has been deflected because of the fact that there was a dialogue between the judiciary and the executive? And obviously, no. Both before and after that visit, I do believe that no one will have even a single case which I have decided where it could be even remotely suggested that that visit affected the outcome of a case. You may criticize my view in a given case as being correct or wrong, because there are obviously two views about any case that we decide. That's why cases come to the Supreme Court. They travel up the system because there's obviously a difference of opinion, and in important cases there could be two views about it, and people are entitled to either agree or disagree. But to impute motives to the judges is something which I have very serious reservations about.